Good evening. Welcome to the Kickstart evening for Year 11. My name is Mr. Bateman. I'm a lead practitioner in school, one of the maths teachers. And I'm just going to be talking to you about a specific revision top tip. So we're looking at something called retrieval practice. Now, retrieval practice is a huge area of revision. And if you want to know a bit more about it, a really good video is on GCSE Pod. And if students are struggling to access GCSE Pod, if you just get them to email me. But we're going to look today specifically at something called revision clocks. So what we did first of all was we spoke to students and got a bit of feedback in terms of how did they revise, and the results weren't surprising. It was the idea that people are making notes or reading notes, whether their own or from revision guides, or watching videos, whether it be on YouTube, GCSE Pod, or any of the other things we subscribe to in school. The problem is, it's been proven through scientific research that just making notes or rereading doesn't help store that information long term. What we actually need to be doing is retrieving the information. So this next graphic sums it up quite basically. It's the idea of rather than putting information into our brains, we need to practice retrieving, recalling that information so that we retain it. And that makes logical sense because when you're in an exam, it's going to be all about what information, what knowledge, what skills can you retrieve, can you recall from your brain. So we want to be practicing that so it sticks in our long-term memory. So this specific strategy is called revision clocks, and a lot of students will have used these in lessons previously and be aware of them. So on the next page, I'll show you a blank one, but we have sheets that we can give out to students or send to print out, and it's in the layout of a clock really simply, and it allows you to work in small sections around the clock and time what you're doing. So how it can best work, students need to set themselves a focus, whichever subject they're in, a topic, a particular area of that topic that they want to practice remembering, want to revise, and they want to be quite strict with the timing of it. So whether they want to use the full 5 minutes and it be a full hour for the clock or shorten it, doesn't matter. And first of all, in one colour pen, it's writing down everything they can know about that specific topic, everything they can remember, all the facts, figures, formulae, whatever. Then picking up a different pen, it's going back and checking revision notes, revision guides, and starting to fill in the knowledge that they either forgot or they got it wrong with a different colour pen. What this does is highlight really clearly then the things that they remembered and remembered correctly, and in the other colour, more importantly, the things that they either completely forgot and hadn't recalled or didn't quite get right. And it's those things that weren't in their long-term memory that they need to focus on. So here's how the clock works. You have the subject in the middle, and then round each of these parts between the hours of the clock, you can put different headings for different subtopics, different things they want to recall, and then fill in as much as possible. And like I say, by the end, we could have revision sheets for a whole host of different subjects, a whole host of different topics in 2 different colours, focusing mainly then for their future revision on the facts, the figures that they didn't quite remember, didn't quite get right in the first time.